Hey everyone, welcome to the Knowledge Boner podcast. It's a wonderful Thursday. I'm your host, Dylan Starr. I got my boy Wally Wynn, who is currently driving right now. It's
Yes,
got a lot of
sir.
traveling to do. Where you heading, Wally?
Yeah, I'm headed back to my hometown. So, I'm from the redneck part of Louisiana, Northeast Louisiana, Monroe. Headed there to go see the mother. Haven't seen her in a while, and just kind of like touch base with a few things. And also on the way to potentially, meet with some other business owners that I know, throughout Louisiana, because obviously that's where I'm from. So
Mhm.
that's kind of the ulterior motive here. If, while I'm kind of going through, I'm gonna also plant some seeds while on the way.
Yeah, and before we dive into this episode, definitely want to throw out some booms between me and Wally. I know this week is the money management series, and before we kind of dive into that topic, Wally's been networking. We talked before in this podcast about networking and closed a couple deals. Got 1K in his pocket today, isn't that right?
Yep, boom, $1,000 in Wally's pocket today. And only, well, and obviously, for some people, you guys sell higher ticket. That's cool. Not to say that I also sell high ticket as well, but we actually talked about this in our Facebook group today. But we were talking about how, like, whenever you jump into a new niche, or if you're working for somebody or you're doing work for somebody that you haven't necessarily like, done work in that industry before, how you could leverage that, leverage a case study and that kind of stuff to kind of like build your social proof. But anyway, so this guy's a little bit outside my niche of what I normally do, but that's why the ticket was what it is. But anyway, continue.
I know that's awesome, man. We both been making stuff happen this week, and we were just talking about before this episode, kind of the overwhelm of making time to do the podcast because we got so busy, which is great, right? It's every entrepreneur's dream is to stay busy and have some chaos. And so today, yeah, for those if you are tuning in on YouTube, you're going to be catching the audio. We didn't have any time to film today, so going back to the roots, going to hit here, just stick with audio and deliver value this way. So we're going to be consistent for all of our viewers. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And this is the money management series. This week, we've been talking about multiple streams of income. And up to this point, we talked about, staying focused and stacking on top of one income. And today, I want to kind of dive into the importance of turning using assets to pay for liabilities. So this is like a key thing that a lot of people don't even realize they don't think about, which is interesting that we're on this topic, Wally, because, earlier today, me and my girl, we had to go to the mall, and of course she wants to go get a bra at Victoria's Secret. And we're standing in line, and these ladies are in line, and this older lady's talking about looked at
Mhm.
this little girl and talks about her granddaughter, and I can already tell her saving mentality, right? Saving money. That's what most average people think about. And she's like, yeah, the value of the dollar is just so big today, and like $100 is nothing compared to like what $20 was a lot when I was younger. And she's like, she told this lady, she's like, yeah, hopefully you teach your daughter the value of
Mhm.
taking $1 or $20 and just putting aside and just saving it. And then I was thinking, I was like, man, I get it. I'm like, but it's so bad advice. Like
Mhm.
millionaires don't teach their kids that shit. Like it's so I want to understand. We talked a lot about
No,
saving to invest
absolutely
this
not.
week, but I want to kind of hit on how to use an asset as liability. Now, what do I mean by that? I'm going to give you guys an example. Okay. So, let's say your business is taking off. Let's say you're having success. I don't care if you're up to like, let's say you're making $10,000 a month from an income stream, right? Now, Robert Kiyosaki talks about this in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And even though he makes a lot of money, he still will build a new asset to pay for something else. So what I mean by that is, let's say you needed to get a car. Now, as we all know, a car is not an asset, it's a liability. You have to pay for a car. You have to pay maintenance. You have to pay insurance. A car costs you money. Now, you may be thinking, okay, well, I'm making $10,000 a month with my business. So I'm good enough to take that money and pay for a car. No, you do not do that. You don't take your already income and purchase a liability. What you should master and focus on mastering is creating a new asset to cover that car. So what do I mean by that? Wally today just got a client at $1,000 per month, and he did it really quickly because of his skill. So if Wally wanted to get a vehicle, right? Actually, you can get a pretty decent vehicle with $1,000 a month. But let's say he knows the vehicle he wants is going to be $300 a month, or you know what, let's say $500 a month. That includes insurance. That's total, not even maintenance and everything. Now, instead of Wally just going and be like, okay, well, I'm already making X amount of money per month, I'm just going to purchase this car. No, Wally could just go out, use his skill, close somebody to offer a service to, boom, $1,000 from a new asset is now paying for his liability. He didn't even touch his own income stream. That's what I mean by building a new asset to pay for something else. Now, Robert Kiyosaki is a multi-billionaire, and him and his wife do this time and time again in real estate. He's like, anytime his wife wants a new car, could he afford to get his wife a new car? Absolutely, he could afford it. Does he? Hell no. He goes out, he gets a real estate deal that he knows is going to pay for the damn insurance in the damn car, and it's not costing him anything because he has a new income stream. And guess what, guys? After you pay off the car, where's that money going? Back into your pocket because you built a new income stream. That's what today is all about. You have anything to add to that, Wally? Does that kind of make sense to you too?
No, dude, that makes perfect sense. Well, think about it, right? Because and this is that whole thing. And I know when I was working the 9 to 5, like 40-hour work week kind of thing. This is that thing they used to tell me. When you got that $5,000 or $10,000 increase on top of your income, right? You got that 10% raise, or whatever, right? It's really weird how you got that 10% increase,
Mm-hmm.
but all of a sudden, at the end of next year, you never felt the difference, right? And the reason being is because people tend to, as your income goes up, you obviously raise your expenses, right? But if you're employing this method that we're talking about here on today's podcast, then you're not ever going to have to worry about that, because instead of dipping into your current income to buy the stuff you want to buy,
Exactly.
you're just going to continue to build assets on top of your income, and your income's only going to exponentially increase instead of increasing at instead of
No,
going to
100%.
closer to your
so guys,
bottom
imagine
line every time you
having
get
the
an income
conversation. Can you
increase.
still
I don't
hear
know
me,
if that made
Wally?
sense.
Yeah. So like, imagine this way. Like, think about how crazy it would be. Like, let's say you're making
Yep.
$50,000 a month. That's a hell of a lot of money. And you go and you're looking at something, and maybe it's like a new, I don't know, maybe it's a house that you want, or maybe it is a car, and the car is $3,000 a month, which is nothing, right? You're pocketing 50K. People, crazy people would look at you if you're just like, oh man, this car is awesome. Like, I really want this. And then, okay, I need to go build another income stream to pay for this. Like, wait, excuse me, dude, don't you make like 50 grand a month? Yeah, I do. Why? You can afford it. Why don't you just get the car? See, that right there, like, that's the thing that they don't get. That, like, that's not the mentality that you want to have. There's a reason why people are wealthy, and why, if you're listening to this, if you can't do that, you're not, because you don't understand the value of having skill to build assets. But it's smart, right? They'll be like, okay, yes, I could afford this, but you can dip into your income stream and lower what you have if you want to. But I'm not going to purchase a liability. I'm going to have an asset pay for that damn liability for me, so it's not out of my pocket.
Yeah, this is a perfect example. It's like, okay, you know what? This year I got a $5,000 bonus, right? Let's just say that. Let's say I'm working in a hospital like I was before. I got a $5,000 bonus. And this would be me instead going to spend that $5,000 to put a down payment on a real estate or something that would give me passive income, instead of going out to buy a freaking car. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, because that's what a lot of people do when they get an increase in income, right? You're like, oh, now I can afford to, I'm going to get just a little bit better quality food this time. Maybe instead of spending $18, I'm going to spend $26, right? And it's just little stuff like that stacks up over time. And then that's why you don't really see your income. That's why you don't feel that 10% income increase, is because you increased your habit.
Exactly. So,
instead of building
you guys are here for a reason. This is the Knowledge Boner podcast. We're all about dropping some huge freaking knowledge, and I'm about to give you some insane, sick advice on different avenues that you can take if you're already at a point where you kind of have a business going and you do have a skill set that people are interested in. So what you want to do is you want to be creative in turning your expenses into assets. I'm telling you, guys, this is what every successful person does. A buddy of mine, I've mentioned him before on the podcast. He's doing very well in shipping stuff out on eBay, makes a lot of money. And he's very creative at this. And what he'll do is, even though he makes a lot of money, he knows if he's going to go on a vacation, he loves to travel new places with his wife. And he always asks himself, okay, I'm going to go on this trip. I'm going to take my daughter and my wife to Disney, or we're going to go see the Grand Canyon. And we're going to be, so So because of travel, because of hotel, because of gas and stuff there, we're probably going to spend about, you know, I don't know, $3,000. So he's like, how can I lower this, or how can I turn this expense into an asset? And what he does is he tells people on social media, hey guys, I'm going to be in your area, going on vacation. I want to be able to add value to you guys. Who would love to, I'll give an hour to 2 hours of my time to have dinner. You can have dinner with me and my wife. And, I want to be able to add value to you and your business. And he charges them for it. He charges them for it. He says, hey, pay, $500. You get to come and have dinner with me. I'm going to answer any questions that you have, which if you think about it in return, this is a win-win situation. If you get to meet with somebody who's uber successful, guys, and you may be thinking like, that's stupid. Who the hell would pay $500? That's why you're broke. If that thought after I gave the scenario is going through your head, that is why you are fucking broke. Because it is a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer to spend 2 hours of your time to learn from somebody who you can ask fucking questions that's going to jumpstart your income. That $500 to them could exponentially grow from the knowledge they're going to get. So now the people coming to lunch are getting value for only $500, right? Their business is going to be, their problems, their heartaches are solved for a minuscule $500. And his expenses, guess what? Aren't out of pocket. It covers his fucking vacation and his trip. Could he pay for it? Fuck yes, he could pay for it. Does he? No, because he is a fucking entrepreneur, and that is what we do, guys. We get creative at coming up with ways to build an asset to cover our fucking expenses without touching our cash flow. That is what it's all about. And that's what you have to master and get really good at. Now my brain's going. I'm trying to think of other creative ways you can do this because it makes so much sense, right, Wally?
Well, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I mean, think about what I said before at the beginning of this. I'm like, you know what? I got to go see my mom, right? I got
Right.
to. But who else do I know in Louisiana that I could possibly talk to while I'm in town?
Mm-hmm.
Who else? Who else could I go talk to that would be interested in what I do? So now I'm saying it's a trip, right? I gotta do it. But on the same hand, I'm literally going and saying, okay, like let's freaking make it productive.
Exactly. And you learn some
Let's
different
see
things.
if
I
I
mean, I've
can
seen some people
use
come up
my
with
time
really
wisely.
cool, creative ways of, it can be as simple as something that you really want too, right? I mean, I know we talked to stuff about, maybe it's like direct selling. Maybe there's a product or something you really like and you love the product, or whether you're using it for weight loss or personal use. Now, you may not want to do direct selling or MLM or something like that as a business, right? But you're like, okay, I really want this product, and it's just like affiliate marketing. Well, hey, if I share this product with just 5 or 6 people, let's say that covers your product. Guess what, guys? You literally just turned your expense into an asset paying for it. Now you're not coming out of pocket. You can hate direct selling and MLM and anything like that, but at least you used it as a creative way to where you're not coming out of pocket. You just got what you wanted without spending your own money because it's now covered from you just referring other people to do it. That's what I mean about being creative. Finding clever ways to when you want to take trips and stuff to be able to make money. Always be thinking, right? Grant Cardone, who has my fucking money? Always should go through your head. When you travel, who has my money? And how am I getting it?
Yes.
I love it. I love listening to him talk about when he travels and he'll, oh man, Wally, there's one story, you probably heard it before, where he was, I don't know if it was in LA, but they were stuck in traffic, right? For hours. And he's like, well, shit, we're already stuck in traffic. And they went past this building. He's like, oh, you know what? That's a big building. I like, they need sales help. I know they need sales help. He had the guy pull over. They just pull out of traffic. He's like, fuck it. I'm wasting hours anyways. Walks up in the building, goes to the owner and closes him on his sales stuff and on helping their sales force. Like, boom. He looks over. He's like, you know what? I think that building has my money. I'm not going to waste 2 hours. Let's go get this. Right. That's being hungry, guys. Yeah. That's
No, that's awesome.
guys
I've never heard that story
is
before.
hustle
No,
and realizing, and it comes more to that, guys. Like, we're all about knowledge here. And, if you do like to read or you do like to listen to things like this podcast or audiobooks, right? That's like an asset, right? Feeding your brain. And if you're stuck in traffic or you're going to be stuck in an airport, guys, you can use that time wisely by listening and absorbing content, reading a book, finding audiobooks, right? Like that's using your time wisely. But when you have a skill, if you have a skill that you can apply and you're going to be doing stuff anyways, it's going to cost you money. Use that skill to your advantage. That's what this is all about, guys, is learning skills and mastering how to make money. I mean, Wally, you're on the point to really cracking the code for networking, for, doing emails for these businesses. So you master that, man. You can travel anywhere and be like, oh, all right, I'm spending a weekend here. And oh, look, they have an event. Wonderful. Now I get to enjoy the weekend visiting the city. I'm going to spend 2 hours at this event. I'm going to network and I'm going to close 2 to 3 people, make an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month. Boom. Not even out of pocket.
Yeah, the networking piece is actually really fascinating for me because as internet marketers, we try to do everything online, and it's kind of weird how a lot of people are still so scared to do the in person, right? And I think that's actually a really big problem that I'm seeing, even in the different. And I'm not going to call out people that I go to do classes and courses with, but I'm going to say internet space and people that I know. Right, on the internet space, is that they're so scared to do the in-person, right? They would rather do everything by computer or over the computer, or they only want to do emails, right? You only want to do cold emails, or they only want to do something that's not client facing. They want to they just want to hang out and not show their face, just be over the phone or over Zoom or something, right? And guys, that's gonna work. That does work nowadays, 100%. But you can't ignore the other side too, right? So I'm saying, like, for me, like, I'm picking up steam going, the networking way. So you better bet I'm going to push down the pedal and continue doing the networking way. Why? Because it's working. Why change it? Right. But I'm not all of a sudden going to switch and say, okay, like, I'm going to do all internet now. I'm only going to do cold emails.
Yeah. Just
right. Like, why would I do
testing things out and seeing what works. And man, I think today's episode is going to be super valuable for all you guys listening. And I hope that you're excited. I hope everyone has a huge knowledge boner right now, because I mean, I'm excited just from talking about it. Like my brain's churning right now, even thinking and getting excited. Like, damn, like I what can I do? How can I go make some money? Right. And that's what it's all about, guys. And as you can tell, we told you guys, like, we're here in this is episode 39, I believe. Yeah, we're here in episode 39. And we told you guys in the very beginning that me and Wally, we're at this pivotal point in our business where we're cracking the code. We're about to hit momentum. Shit's getting crazy for us. And we're going to share all of our experience with you guys. We're going to share everything that we learn. We're going to share everything that we fuck up on. We're going to share our failures with you as well, because that's what this is all about. And pretty soon, we're going to master the skill of being able to leverage assets and scaling them to $10,000 a month. And guess what? When we master that, we're going to be sharing everything we learn on this damn podcast. So for those of you that have been tuning in and you're here for the long call, thank you so much. We love you guys. I promise you. There's going to be more value to come. You're going to get to follow us on this journey and see it firsthand, everything that's happening with us. I mean, we called it from the beginning. It's just amazing, Wally, being able to listen to where we were in the beginning of this podcast and what's happening with us now. And people get to follow it. And that's what it's all about. So I hope that we at least inspire and motivate you guys to apply this stuff, take it seriously, take what we're teaching you from our experiences. And we just want to be able to give you guys value. So if you are listening to this audio on YouTube, guys, please let us know what you think. Post in the comments below. Anchor, we love you guys. Send us some voice messages. If you're a Reddit crew with Wally, reach out to Wally. If you guys want to learn how to get leads and do what we're doing, guys, we're doing it. Join our Facebook group. It's free. It is a free Facebook group community, guys. And I can tell you alone, I can tell you from people that are already in it. I mean, gosh, we're at 33 members, and people in there are like, they say this all the time, Wally. Oh, I can't believe that we asked this question and you just did a live stream video and answered me. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys are just sharing with us exactly what you just did.
Yep.
And teaching us this. We're like, yes, guys, we put this community to add value to you.
Yep.
So you don't have to be a master digital or internet marketer. Maybe you just want to learn some skills that's going to put some money in your pocket. Okay. Maybe you want to learn and master being able to reach out to a business or somebody that could prospect, or come up with a creative way to take your talent and turn it into an asset, right? You're here for money management this week. You're here to learn how to make money. You're here to change your life, and you're here for fucking knowledge. Guys, this Facebook group is going to give you everything that you need. Me and Wally are still dedicating time to that on top of this podcast to give you guys value. Wally has so many great things in the works right now where even in his busy schedule, he's going to be doing computer trainings and stuff, and teaching you guys, how easy the digital world is, even if you have no tech experience whatsoever. I'm serious. So I'm super excited about that. All you got to do is just go to Facebook, hit the search bar, and type in leads, closing, sales. Right? That's it. Leads, closing, sales, guys. Join the Facebook community. I'm pretty sure as soon as you join, it's going to ask you 3 questions. Answer the questions. Say hi when you come into the group. If you came into our group from the podcast, give us a shout out and say, hey guys, #knowledgeboner, right? Introduce yourself and let us know that you came from the podcast. We'd love to know that you're tuned in and you're listening in, so we can give you guys some extra value. Okay, guys? And Wally, you have anything to say? Anything you'd like to tell everybody that's tuned in right now?
No, man, I think you covered it. Giving out knowledge boners as they come. And I guess for me, Dylan knows this, but I hate being on video. I hate doing live videos, especially. I've even done live videos in the leads closing sales group, where I've talked about, some of these things that have happened, and I will jump on live right after it happened, like literally the moment. So the moment after I get a sale, the moment after something happens, if something big happens, I'm on live immediately, and I will commit to that. So guys, we're literally
all right. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you found this valuable. You enjoy your Thursday. Tomorrow is going to be a rant Friday. We'll try to keep it on the topic of money management, but maybe we'll go rant about something that we want to, I don't know, maybe there's something that pisses us off. We always find those things. So happy to share that with you guys. And thanks guys so much. Have a blessed day. We'll see you tomorrow.